VCR Redux will begin in T-minus 5 minutes.
What the fart is VCR Redux?
It's the show where we take movies from the VCR era and bring them back to today.
Well, how do we do that?
Well, we start by talking about a VHS classic, and usually you'll say something like,
I haven't been this uncomfortable since I watched Meatballs 4 Meatballs to the Rescue with my parents. Oh yeah, or you'll say something stupid like,
I wish we lived in a world where the Garbage Pail Kids made as many movies as the Muppets.
but I know you'll always see it through with a positive attitude.
I hate this movie, I hate being here, I hate all of this. Oh, Jamie Kennedy. Oh, well, shit. Well, let's go for this.
He was in Son of Mask. This is genius.
I am not a gamer. I'd rather read books. I'm just
Ian's like the old lady that's like, I got video game monsters, I got video game monsters in here.
As long as we respect the passion and the artistry that went into these films.
You know, obviously they took this movie, it's 93, right? And you're like, what do you want to see in your Mario movie? And they're like, oh, we want it to be grim, we want a lot of death, we want tits and ass.
Oh, and then we start the pitch ideas with modern day sequels like
Weekend at Bernie's 3, Cocaine Mountain.
Sometimes we take it kind of seriously.
I'll watch a Paul Verhoeven alien movie.
Oh my gosh, that alien will have more vaginas than anything you've ever seen in your life. Sometimes this Hawaiian shirted fool will pitch something stupid like,
I would take out the virtual reality stuff and just have it be about Jeff Fahey mowing the lawn.
Sometimes the best pitches come from the live chat.
Alex Bonafonte also pitches Grand Theft Starfighter Vice Galaxy.
wait, I thought I had the best pitches.
And what happens at the end of the movie? The ultimate fart. The fart that the warmth goes like all the way down to your socks.
The only rules are, there are no rules. Sometimes we cross over franchises.
Only the truck from Tango and Cash can kill Christine.
And sometimes we travel back in time.
Like 1995 is missing a good Universal Soldier sequel.
But you never know what we're gonna pitch next.
What do you want? Do you want Daniel Stern behind like a muzzled mask? Like,
We all know it should be Pesci behind the mask, and like underneath the mask, you should hear him going like fritter, 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 fritter.
you are so proud of yourself for that one. I can't stand you.
I would also love to see a Charles Bronson version of It's a Wonderful Life.
What?
Direct to DVD.
If you made a shot-for-shot remake of Scarface with Goofy as Al Pacino, it would be amazing. Gosh, you need me to be the bad guy.
It's like the worst 1987 Disney movie Disney's ever made. Schlongo, directed by Jim Wynorski.
Like, I would watch a whole bowl of that.
Do the John Holmes story. Add a comedy spin to it.
Wow, the Wonderland murders are so funny.
I'd watch it on my mobile.
Something happens and he goes into a coma. He gets like, hit by a car or something. I know this is dark, but like, bear with me. He's got to go on.
Did you just go like Hard to Kill with Ferris Bueller?
I'd watch it on my iPad.
If you want to just like throw in the kitchen sink, I mean, it all works. Like Alien versus Predator versus RoboCop, like if that works. Alien versus Predator versus Terminator, that works.
Alien versus Predator versus Ernest, that works.
That works.
I respect everything you just said. I need David Silver and Terry Silver and the Sloan family all learning the Quicksilver, but they're doing it in Breakin' 3 Hydraulic Boogaloo. And it's underwater. It's gonna be incredible. Eat your fucking shit out, James Cameron. I got the underwater movie you can't touch.
That was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mr. Toxie Goes to Washington.
My ass would be in the theater tomorrow.
If Harley Quinn gets 7 movies, then Tank Girl should get at least 70.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I mean, why should we even bother with Look Who's Talking when Air Bud is soaring to new highs?
All I know is I want Danny McBride.
I'd want him doing anything other than writing Halloween movies, honestly. Anything that keeps him away from that fucking job, I'm for it.
Just let him talk out of his butt. I don't care how he does it.
I'd rather not.
Austin Powers doing the Macarena.
That would be the opening credits. Come on.
But we have not yet had Die Hard on a half pipe. What if John McClane Jr. was a pro skateboarder and also an avid machine gun enthusiast? Skate or Die Hard.
What up, virtual people? Welcome to the 206th episode of VCR Redux. We take your favorite franchises out of the analog era and bring them back to 2025. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, joined as always by my co-host with the most complaints, film professor Ian Klink.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
And we have two radical guests on the show tonight. First up, the third leg of our video tripod, Mac Daddy Mickey Torres is back on the show.
What's up, everyone?
And rounding out this righteous crew, the VCR's favorite champion of Street Fighter II Pop Punk Edition, Steven Zangief Anderson is back on the show.
Hi.
Hadouken. We
Hadouken.
are here today to lay some larva, to taste some telepods, and to do Jeff Goldblum gymnastics until we puke off Mickey's foot. That's right, folks. This world needs the Fly 3, and we're here to give it to you. But before Ian sugars up his gas station coffee, we got a dish on how the Fly came into our lives and what we love about it. And of course, that goes double for you at home and everyone watching the live chat. Was it Love at First Laserdisc, Vital VHS? Hit us up in the chat and let us know how the Fly came into your lives. But Steven,
Yes.
when did you first get flied?
I don't know. First get flied. You know, it's funny. You ask the same question every show, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't think of that.
I'm blindsided by this.
Fuck.
You
Go
hit
to
me with a
Mickey.
new
Go to
question.
Mickey. No, yeah. Let's see. When I first got flied, so it definitely would have been the first foray into Cronenberg. Anything?
Oh yeah, I think this is everyone's.
Probably.
I think.
foray into Cronenberg.
Yeah, I think. I think it was just one
I
of
think
those.
this was Cronenberg's first foray into Cronenberg.
I don't think. Again, like my mom was such a big horror movie fan. I don't think she was a big body horror fan, but I think she was a bigger Jeff Goldblum fan. So do the math. It's somewhere in there, somewhere in probably middle school.
Oh wow, okay. So you were late to this party because I mean
Yeah.
we were young little tots when this film came out. Of course, you know to make Ian feel better, I should specify we were talking about the '80s Cronenberg Fly. And its sequel with Eric Stoltz, not the '50s movies, which would probably make Ian very happy. If we were talking
I'm
about
out. Nope. I thought this was about Vincent Price. I quit.
He wanted a man with a fly head and a fly hand, and a fly with a human head.
Help me.
The
Help
best
me.
thing that I can
Best
think
thing
of
of
about
that movie is literally that part.
That's the only thing
yeah.
I've seen of
That's the
that. I've
only
seen
thing.
that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's kind of like the Planet of the Apes ending before there was a Planet of the Apes ending. You know, like that was the cool sci-fi, shocking twist ending, you know, of the day, maybe. But all right, enough said about that.
It's definitely up there. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's a Mount Rushmore sci-fi ending. I'll give it that. What about Mac Daddy Mickey Torres? You're too young for this to be a McDate.
No, I stumbled upon this. It had to have been on HBO and just traumatized. I still like,
Really?
I'll be honest. Like this
How
is a
old were you? I'm
movie-
curious. How old were you at that point? Didn't hit HBO till like '87 at least.
So 87, I was probably maybe 12,
Okay.
11, 12 maybe.
Okay.
But I just think I was just spooked. I don't really do like body horror movies so much. Like I mean, like the exception would be Hellraiser, if you call it a body horror. I don't know if you would.
Yeah.
But like, so like when you got like, I mean, I'm still traumatized to this day. Like I've seen this movie like once and that was it. Like I could not see it again, and I don't even think like I finished it all. Like I think like I got to that part and I was just like, I'm like creeped out. Like I mean, like little known fact, I was actually creeped out by the first time I saw Howard the Duck too.
Oh, the Dark Overlord. The Dark
all
Overlord's
were
a little
freaked out
scary
by
if you're
it.
young enough, you know.
So
You know what?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
It's a special kind of like subset genre of horror, the body horror deal or whatever. I don't really get.
Oh yeah.
And it was my first time ever really seeing body horror. You know, so and you add the sci-fi thing into it too, which I am not I'll admit that I'm not a huge fan of sci-fi. So it was just all over the map, but then you give me that and I was just like, So it's HBO late night too. Late night, shouldn't be watching it. You know, like it's like it's black dark in my house. You know,
I feel you. I mean, if I may, on the body horror aspect of the film, I feel like this may be the best body horror film ever made, like the definitive body horror movie. but I also feel like
I
it's
won't
not
say I won't.
But
I won't
but
say
at
I
the same
disagree.
time, hear me out. Hear me out. I know, Ian, wag your fucking finger. I'm not done. At the same time, it's still not Cronenberg's best body horror. I would give that edge to Videodrome.
Videodrome. That's right.
Yeah, I think Videodrome is like just peak
Yeah.
Cronenbergian weird mind fucking body horror. Like
that's the one where they let him.
This one is great, but this is more of a studio movie with like more commercial, you know, potential and all that. And it's it's just the one for the masses. Videodrome's the one for us fucking weirdos. Everyone on this show.
Oddly enough, I can do Videodrome. I can't do this.
Yeah. I get Videodrome's so out there. It's so like
how do you manage Videodrome? That's the one I'm like, all right, that's a bit.
I don't know why, but like I just think it's just the whole fly transformation, the whole.
It's weird.
Just the way Jeff Goldblum looked.
It's the way he plays
there's a little bit more like tactile, like you can feel what's going on in this one a little bit more, and it's a little bit more relatable because it's like a metaphor for cancer and it's a metaphor for aging and all these things. So in some ways we can like all like, oh god, we are just rotting away. What the fuck are we dying?
I mean, the effects are great with a different actor taking this in a little bit of a different direction. This movie's whatever forgettable 80s nothing, horror movie.
Well, that's why you got part 2.
Right, and that's what part 2's for. Yeah, what a
such an interesting story. I think before I get into it, I just got to say that I love like the making of these movies as much as I love the movies themselves. If that makes sense. Like these are Blu-rays that are worth buying because the special features are just like days of a treasure trove of knowledge.
I seem to remember, and then maybe this is another part of it too. Like I seem to remember, Ian talked about it before, like HBO doing like a behind the scenes kind of thing of The Fly.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I saw something like that.
Definitely. It was a huge movie. Like
first look.
This, The Fly was probably I'd have to like verify, but I bet you if you looked at the top 10 movies in 1986, I bet you The Fly's in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fly was a very successful movie. Yeah.
Huge.
So what about Iowa, Ian? How old were you when you first flied?
Well, first I'm going to counter you with
Learn to
probably
fly.
the best body horror movie of all time is Brian Usna's Society, sir.
Oh, Society is wonderful.
Yeah, you give me Society. You can sit through Society. You can sit through anything.
I never even attempted to watch it.
I mean those are we're talking about them all now.
Those are
Society,
body horror. This is absolutely the one where it's like you were saying, the metaphor for the AIDS epidemic in the 80s.
Yeah.
And the they purposely used dark shadow on his body that looked like AIDS, results from the AIDS, lesions and stuff like that. So absolutely. I mean, it is the body horror, film. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I would say it's also the Jeff Goldblum. Like, is this the performance of his career? I'm sure it's not what anyone would have expected.
Absolutely. I mean, I would say that if the Academy Award was like it is today, hands down, this man would he would have had the Oscar for this role.
I was shocked Demi didn't win it for The Substance, but she didn't.
I would have thought she would have won that.
But I don't really watch. I don't follow that world. I don't really care that much. Like the movie's great, and that's enough for me.
But look, I'm just the insect politics scene alone.
Right.
That speech is delivered. I mean, Shakespeare actors can't deliver as well as that moment.
No,
there's a lot of those. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say everyone else in this movie is having a little bit of trouble following, like the dialogue you're gonna have to deal with when you're doing a Cronenberg movie. Everybody's talking about the flesh here and there. They sneak it in, whatever. But Sheena Davis, she's having a little bit of trouble with some of these like hot takes and like reactions.
But then other parts, she's incredible. Like other parts where like I feel very bad. I very much feel for her. And that's not something that I say a lot.
Jeff Goldblum, though, never skips a fucking beat, man. He's on.
I think it's a movie. It's a movie that literally is so dark and so there's some movies that literally like you can't help to be in that world. And
immersive,
just
yeah.
like just feel like it's all around you. And I think that's like as a 11, 12, whatever I was at the time, I was in this dark room too, watching this, and like all you have is like the light from the TV.
It's very isolating. There's 3 or 4 characters in the movie. There's 2
I
places,
feel like it's like I'm literally in the room, like watching this happen.
And I'll tell you, it's I mean, not I won't say it's spoilers alert, but like, if you haven't seen the movie by now, but like that ending, if the bravery of Fox and Mel Brooks and all these guys, because for those who don't know, Mel Brooks was the producer of the movie. That's why it's Brooks Film.
So funny.
That's why Daphne's in it.
But he loved it. But he loved it. He loved it.
Sure, yeah.
He said this. He wished he had directed it. He loved.
He also produced The Elephant Man. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah,
that.
It's like the bravery to do that ending. And let's be honest, an ending like The Fly can, for your box office the next weekend, and we're seeing that right now. The Long Walk, because of the, a lot of people are saying because of that ending, that box office just dropped. The Mist box office dropped. I mean, like, but
remember that was pre-internet.
Well, that's like, but The Fly didn't. It just grew because it is like the right ending.
It's perfect. It's perfectly done. Yeah.
Perfect. Like the whole movie and story works so well.
I got to assume that that's a movie that people left the theaters not
that's
feeling in a way that they probably hadn't before.
A true success of a movie is if you leave the theater and 2 hours later, you're still talking about it. And I think people were still talking about it.
Totally.
That to me, it's one thing to talk about when you're getting up out of your seat and you're like, oh, that was good. Oh yeah. Oh, it was the guy who was dead at the in the saw room. It was the guy in the base. That was a cool. But like once you leave the theater doors, you're not talking about it. The Fly, you're in the car talking about it.
Oh, for sure.
No, totally.
I mean, it's however many years later, and we're still here talking about it.
Well, that's us. My introduction is not the first one though. My introduction was HBO and The Fly, and I don't care what you guys say.
Steve wants to kill himself right now.
I love The Fly 2, not because it's a good movie. I like it as a guilty pleasure because that it got me. That's one of the movies that got me interested in the idea of making films.
No, it didn't.
It did.
No.
I believe him. I
don't understand.
It's a movie. No,
I've worked with this man. I know.
It's a movie that I would ask my dad. How did they do this? And I remember it's where the guy rips off his face.
Okay.
I remember, which is like in The Fly too. If you know that moment, it's
So when we watched both of these,
but I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And my parents are explaining about special effects and the music of The Fly 2 and whether you agree with that ending or not, has a really fascinating ending to a movie, The Fly 2.
I always want a happy ending.
But I did. And then it was years later. I probably, I was probably maybe 10, and somebody had the pharmacy down the road had The Fly, and I rented it.
The pharmacy.
Hey man, back in the day.
So I just want to get this off real quick. So we watched both of them back to back, which I'd never done before, and I think I'd seen The Fly too.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, right. I never really. I guess maybe really never paid attention to it, or like never really sat down and like watched it. And I can't believe how horrible, all around, start to finish, every decision made, every casting choice, every idea in that movie. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. And I don't get offended by movies usually at all. I usually go roll off my back. But this one, a little bit. The first one was so good, and Eric Stoltz is so bad, and he has a template from the first one to do something. that makes me think that you might be a fly. Once,
you know what's
just
funny?
once.
You know what's funny is I thought about this too when we were gonna do this. I'm sitting there going like, I have to rethink my opinion of Eric Stoltz entirely. Like, if
it made me dislike him more.
I'm looking at his body of work, and I'm sitting there like, outside of Some Kind of Wonderful, what do I really like that Eric Stoltz has done?
Nothing.
Fiction.
Oof.
Fiction? But he's like,
but not because of him.
Pulp Fiction, yeah, like
not
he's
because
good
of
in
him.
But
I'm saying like something that he's starred in, or like.
Oh, come on! No love for Mask? Are you fucking?
No, I hate
assholes?
Mask.
No love.
I hate Mask.
Rest in Motion.
Rocky Dennis, man, Jesus.
No, I hate Mask. I think Mask is the worst movie. Well, I don't want to say the worst movie.
The man was in everything from Anaconda to Mad About You to.
I mean, Anaconda wasn't bad, but again,
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, but okay.
I like Anaconda, but I'm just saying the man's got
Anaconda.
range, okay?
Nobody likes Anaconda.
He's probably a fucking asshole in real life, but I respect the man's work.
I don't respect him in this at all.
He got fired from Back to the Future. What do you want from him? He tried.
I respect that firing too. But
I just think if you really think about it and you rethink Eric Stoltz's movies, and you say like, okay, well you pointed out some movies that I'll give you that, I'll give you Fast Time, I'll give you some of those, whatever case may be, but it's not he doesn't make the movie.
The thing.
Yeah, and
he's
if
not
they
a
had
man.
somebody else in it, it's going to be the same, probably
he's
equally
not a leading
as good.
Man. It's not his fault.
But yeah,
it's his fault.
He's not a leading man, and he doesn't.
But that's
he shouldn't have been in this
Fly
movie.
2 is trying to be.
Steve,
but the man is an actor, and I respect.
Okay.
Full of crap, and I'm going to prove why.
Do it.
When he gets that golden retriever, when he goes to help that golden retriever stop suffering, you are going to sit there and tell me you didn't have a little bit of tug in your heart?
No, that's the puppet's
I didn't
doing.
care
That's
at that
not
point.
his doing.
He showed.
I didn't care at that point. I didn't care at that point.
At that point, I was so overstricken with the idea that he's 12 years old, but somehow he's a more mature adult than all these professors around him. And this woman is now a love interest. And I'm like, well, she doesn't know. Is she going to find out? She knows. And then he finds the dog, and then he puts the dog out of it. Like, it's just,
all right,
what is happening?
Mistakes were made. I'm not going to get
a lot of mistakes were made on this one.
You were given the keys to a kingdom.
I can pop that.
I could believe you if you said that this made you want to be a movie maker because you saw those mistakes and you saw this movie and say like, I think I could do better than that.
I will say this.
I know the fault. I know the fault of 2, and I agree. The Fly 2 is kind of, I put it in the category of Season of the Witch, right?
Okay.
Or
but here's the difference. The difference is
if it wasn't The Fly 2, if it was if they just taken out that.
Ian, can I ask you something? What were the motivations behind any single character in this movie for any reason at all?
The greatest motivation of all, to make money at the box office. Doesn't matter.
I believe
I'll accept that answer. I
believe Eric Stoltz wanted to bone Daphne Zuniga. That one.
I don't even think he did. I think he just did that once.
All right, you know what? His acting didn't make me believe it, but it was 1989, and
that dog wanted to die. That was the
dog. That was some good dog puppet acting.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say this about The Fly 2, and then I'll get to my first time getting Fly to the live chat and all that, because we're running a little bit behind. But I will say The Fly 2 has a fantastic teaser trailer that I remember vividly at the beginning of License to Drive on VHS, which is proof that late 20th Century Fox was not without their fucking stripes. So that teaser trailer for The Fly 2 is excellent. You just see like the cardiogram, and you just hear the birthing process, and it sounds like the worst thing that anyone's ever had to endure in their life.
The second one somehow first makes the first one even bleaker starting out. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm just saying that's a bold move there too. It's like, let's take the survivor from the first one who just went through such a horrific, traumatic experience, and let's
It'd be like opening. It'd be like opening Aliens with like Ripley getting chest bursted, and then she's gone.
Right?
It's called Alien 3. Basically.
It's like
well,
Iron
they do it to
Eagle
Hicks.
2.
Yeah, they do it to Hicks and Newt. Yeah.
It's like Iron Eagle 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is kind of like an Iron Eagle 2. Yeah, that's true. Boom. And let me tell you,
what a great poster though. These two posters. I mean, come on.
They are great.
This one, but the other one, like father, like son. Jeez.
Now that tagline, I'm not crazy about that tagline, just because I feel like it's infringing on the Kirk Cameron Dudley Moore classic, which was still warm. The body was still warm on that one at this point in time. Have some fucking respect,
that was a great
people.
Movie.
And I'll tell you what, Kirk Cameron might have been a better choice for The Fly too, before he got Jesusified. I don't know if this was post or pre-Jesus. You know, if this is BC or AD for Kirk Cameron, I don't know. But
then again, I mean, if you believe what he says, he was always that way.
Oh, well, fuck me. What do I know? Let's go to the live chat then. Who's in the live chat? We got Angie Saunders, the mashup genius, Mikey Riffraff, the other mashup genius, Whiskey 4-1, the great Alex Bonafonte, Michael Ricci, our favorite location scout, Kaylin Allman, America's next top model, Gold's Code, the great Sean Gold, Rand, our favorite Canadian, Sean Ellis, the statue. Wait a minute, the special edition, Diane McFry, thank you so much for tuning in. Dustin Nino from Retro Fiend Radio, makers the finest canon and martial arts docs on the web. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Whiskey says, I never saw either in theaters. Basic cable, fuck the world. Angie says, this movie was weird. Whiskey 4-1. David Cronenberg is such a master of body horror. It really helps people who are embarrassed by herpes sores. Not that I would know. Interesting tell, Whiskey. Cold Scout says, man, Zangief looks like he already got transported with the Fly. Oh, you're really Cold Scout's new punching bag. Ian gets a little bit of a break. Must be something in the air or something airborne.
He's just flirting. We're just flirting.
There's also with the Flies. Also a good U2 song of Octung Baby. That's a deep cut U2 joint. I don't know if I go that deep.
I love Octung Baby.
Oh, Gold's Code, you're making a friend with this one. Gold's Code, I saw the original with Vincent Price as a kid. It was always on growing up. The sequel was too gross for me to watch as a kid, just like Zangief is on this episode. I kid. I love the Geef. The Vincent Price version is superior. Angie Saunders was 12 when this came out. Mikey Riffraff says Cable was the first time. Michael Ricci saw this on VHS and the tape wasn't in great shape. That's taking me back. Sean Ellis, the original Fly movie came out in black and white. My mom and dad's era, 1950s. That is true. Also, my mom and dad's era. Kyle 2.0, is the Fly better in black and white or color? I'm not for the colorization.
Very different movies.
Yeah. All right. Film nerd knowledge. The first Fly was in color. The Return of the Fly is actually in black and white because the studio didn't want to spend the extra money to make it color. So,
okay. Wow.
So a lot more. So like Svengoolie and a bunch of these, like most of them actually play Return of the Fly more than they do the Fly because of that exact reason.
How many original Fly movies were there?
It's 3.
3. Okay.
There's one called Curse of the Fly that was kind of independently made but bought, and it's
the Never Say Never Again of the Fly. Fucking
Vincent Price was only in the first one, right?
Yeah, no, he's in the first 2.
He's in the second.
He's in the second one, yeah. But the third one was like it was made in England, and it's like the scientist who created the machine makes like other mutations, and it's more like a haunted house movie than it is a Fly movie.
A little bit of a spin-off.
Yeah, I mean
I do love a good haunted house movie. By the way, I am being annotated in the chat here. FTW was for the win, not fuck the world. So I'm from a different generation, my friend. When you say FTW, I think of a guy in prison with an FTW throat tattoo.
Hey, and lots of love.
I think of a wrestler that came from Red Hook, Brooklyn. You know that?
That's a very specific reference, and I don't understand that one. I was saying the Fly versus Species would be a great way to look at a sexual epidemic in the background.
Oh wow, that is the horniest movie ever made.
That would be so very, very.
The Fly
horny.
versus Species.
So interesting confession.
I like
here.
Species.
Okay.
We've Species has been covered.
We've done Species.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out our Species v The Quickening with a new thumbnail now on YouTube. Dustin Nino has a confession. He says that he's never seen these all the way through. I've just seen pieces on TV a bunch. Definitely just sit down and watch them. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, regardless, Dustin.
The first one's incredible.
The first one is a definite
second
masterpiece.
one is also incredible if you have an open mind going.
If you understand the cinema.
If you don't listen to anything that we say, but listen to everything that Ian says, you'll like the second one.
I will say this, and I know we gotta get to Chris and why you're fly, but the one thing that I think everybody can agree with. The soundtracks to these two films.
Yeah, all right, yes.
For Young's soundtrack for Fly 2. Steve,
excellent.
I can literally tomorrow just listen to his soundtrack on YouTube.
Okay.
And you will forget any bad thing you think about that movie.
It was, to be fair, this is also no discrediting Chris Young or Howard Shore. They're two great composers.
Oh my God.
But this was at a time where, like, if you made a studio movie, it was like par for the course. Like, you had a great looking poster and a great sounding score and probably a pretty fucking decent soundtrack album, hit MTV radio tie-in. Those were kind of like minimum barriers of entry back in the day. Like, even Freddie did rap songs with the Fat Boys, like, to get Dream Child to fucking land. So but again, you're totally correct. Both scores are very, very good.
Nothing was better than
Howard Shore's is phenomenal. I mean, and Howard Shore even turned it into an opera. I mean, there's
I didn't know that.
Opera.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
It was in it was in Ontario, but they turned The Fly into an opera.
Huh.
It's wild. Look at footage on YouTube.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I just, I get I'll admit, I
don't know if I would attend this, but that sounds interesting.
It's on YouTube.
I'm not quite sure I approve of that.
Everyone, The Flesh in C major.
Maybe if I got a free ticket, if somebody asked me to go as a +1 and it was free.
Hint. Yeah.
You just want
okay, so my
you just want a tombstone that's just skin. That's all you want.
I just want to talk about this as a Flesh.
So my first time getting flied, and my first taste of The Flash, as Cronenberg would have it, was I was a young lad in the land of Northbrook, Illinois in the late 80s, probably 87, 88, whenever this was hitting cable at the time. And this was on cable a lot. It's a very, very popular cable movie, and I did watch it all the way through a couple times, but like it was one of those, when you're young enough, the more you watch a movie, the scarier it would become. And I think that eventually it got to a point where I couldn't even make it through the arm wrestling scene. And I remember very specifically the arm wrestling scene was like my breaking point. A lot of horror movies had breaking points. Like,
that's funny because like that's literally right after that is when everything starts getting real weird. Before that,
yeah, because I knew it wasn't even. I don't even think it was so much just that the arm wrestling scene was so scary. I knew it was like, oh, he's gonna be walking on the fucking ceiling soon. Like, this is gonna be getting real.
Yeah, it could very well be. See, that's the thing. Like, it could very be add to the trauma of this movie for me. Is like anytime I would flick on HBO, because I was like, just flick on HBO sometimes at nighttime, and they were showing this movie. It would always be like inherently at some part that was like fucking freaky or fucking like oh no.
Well, that's him too. Like, he plays every part of it. He plays so weird and freaky and frenetic. He's not. If he was a little more campy,
it was a Fly.
Or a little, right? If
Flies
he was a little
like
more
that.
Goofy with this, yeah, it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have held the same weight. Like even just from the part where he's like asking her if she wants to see his cabinet of body parts. And like laughs at it, you know what I mean? Like it's
I love when he's saying like, "Hey, what's this?"
I don't know. It was as well with Paul Reiser as the Fly.
Paul Reiser, yeah. That's a totally different movie.
Or Richard Lewis as the Fly.
Oh my god!
All right. First of all, Don't threaten me with great fucking times back to back. I would watch either one of those, my friend. Please take my money now.
Teleport machine. I come over here. I get an instant. I have to do this stuff. You know, okay.
You're selling. I'm sold. All right. You don't have to sell me. But I just got sold even more.
I don't have to do airplane travel. I don't.
Is it warm in here? Is it just me? Am I in love right now with this wonderful version of The Fly that we should have gotten back in the day? So I will say they could both do the Jeff Goldblum thing though, where like there's a moment on the like documentary on the Blu-ray or whatever, and it's from the DVD era probably, but that's not important. So it's one of those things where they show you the script, on this side of the screen, and then they show you Jeff Goldblum acting it out on the other side. And it's a split screen, and it's like, he's chopping it up, making it his own a little bit. He's doing the Downey thing or whatever you want to call it. And it's just brilliant, masterful work. And I know Paul Reiser and I know Richard Lewis could both do that. Obviously, Richard Lewis, R.I.P.
Listen, but I like both of them a lot, but they could not give the attention to detail and the physicality that he puts into this is so weird and so great. I don't think so. I can't imagine either.
I
mean, if Richard Lewis is the fucking Fly and Stathis Borns is Larry David, I'm so like, oh my god, I'm so.
And then Mel Brooks could have directed it. Yeah,
I'm getting drunk.
What? Why is it? I don't know. Why?
I probably would be better off with that version of The Fly, and I probably would have seen it more than one time.
You wouldn't be as traumatized now. Yeah,
exactly.
That version is called The Flu.
At this point, we are kind of pitching. So I just have to say once Gilbert Gottfried is the Fly, but I also have to say this about the Fly too. I kind of understand a little bit where you're coming from, Ian, and I will say this: it's a terrible movie, but I still have a weird warmness in my heart for its existence. Not like it's earnest or what anyone did. I don't even like. All three writers are interviewed on the fucking Blu-ray, and none of them seem proud of what they've done. They all seem like
they should be ashamed.
They all seem like we all. It's like they all shared the same hooker, and they're like, yeah, we fucked her. Like I don't know. What else were we gonna do? Here's a cabin.
Here's my
watch. That's something you want to watch again.
Yeah, no. The inherent difference between this and Halloween 3, like you said before, is that I feel like Halloween 3 was a movie where people had an idea and they wanted to put the slap Halloween on it so that they could, get it to a broader audience or whatever. Like, we'll call it Halloween. We have the rights to that. Where this was literally a franchise where they nailed it so well the first time and then handed the keys to this kingdom over to them. And it's so simple. Every part of it. All I could do sitting there through the whole thing is think like any other direction they went with any other part of this would have been better.
So interestingly enough,
this one is made. The first one's made by Cronenberg. The second one's made by committee. I mean, that's really what the Fly 2 is made.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
But why wasn't it not made by Cronenberg? The second one. Do we know?
He said it was too good.
He had an idea. Fox thought it was too expensive.
Wow.
He was interested. He was interested in doing a second one. He had a take. He pitched them a story, and they're like, that's too expensive. We're gonna do like another cheap horror movie for the kids, And so you wind up with what you wind up with. Now the abandoned concepts of it, Steve, I gotta say, sound maybe even worse than what it wound up being. Like it was made by committee, but I mean, and I love Mick Garris, but like his fucking take was like The Fly in like an orphanage, and it was basically The Omen 2. It sounded like with The Fly, which now I love The Omen 2. That's my favorite Omen movie, but I don't need it again.
Right. Well, still better
with The Fly.
I don't need
Here's the thing: Fox is like, look, a little kid horror movie. There's no teenagers aren't going to go see that, and they're right. Teenagers would not have gone to see that movie. So and at the end of the day, it's a business.
Chasing Eric Stoltz.
Now I agree. Eric Stoltz is not the right choice. But if you had gotten like, I don't know, maybe
that's all we had.
Sheen type, Robert Sean Leonard, it must have been Robert Sean Leonard type. I know he wasn't really a lead either, but at the time, a young Ethan Hawke.
Sure. Look how well the first one of these is casted too, and look how poorly across the board this one's casted.
C. Thomas Howell. C. Thomas Howell could have done this because The Hitcher. He could have
Yeah,
crushed
maybe.
this.
Yeah.
But you couldn't like maybe these people
He was the
read the
guy,
script
C.
and they
Thomas.
literally said like, "Nah, I'm good."
Let's
So
do
it's like
another.
we're-
Yeah, let's do another horror
That's
movie
possible.
based
C.
in
Thomas
like
may
a,
have been committed to Side Out by this
Right.
point, which with Peter
And a
Horton, which
vague-
I
which
love.
which is a way better movie.
Way fucking better movie. Yeah, good move, C. Thomas. Good fucking move.
Good. That's a good choice. I would take that choice every day, twice on Sunday.
So if we're gonna start pitching,
yes, let's do
Well,
that.
the
Like,
audience
stop
is pitching,
shitting on the
so
sequel.
yeah.
well,
may as well
I
jump.
will say this. I think, and then I'm just gonna throw this out there. I don't really know where it goes, but I'm gonna throw it out there. The woman that he took home from the bar after the arm wrestling, she gets pregnant, but she doesn't know that it's a fly baby. She doesn't know that it's this or that. She
Why would she?
kid.
Yeah.
All right. She has a kid, but the fly too. The kid. He grows up and there's issues, right? Maybe he doesn't grow up. Maybe he grows up normal, right?
Well, it would have to be different than the beginning of this one, right?
He's like his dad. He's a scientist. He gets really into he's Brainiac. He's this. I would just love Rami Malek.
Oh, he'd be
So
great.
you're thinking you're making it now.
Okay.
You're making
I'm making it now.
Yeah, I would not make it now. I would make mine in like 1990, and I would set.
That's
it in
good
Brooklyn.
casting, Ian. I like that.
I don't know. Rami Malek's
good.
I can just see it. I don't know where it goes, but that's.
I will just say this just to fuel people's ideas in the chat. I know the chat's pitching. We'll get there in a second. But I would set mine like 1990. Set it in Brooklyn. Same. I love that though that like prostitute girl has a daughter or whatever as a child. But I would make it a daughter, and it would be the Fly Girl played by Rosie Perez. And just you can do
Doing
no
a
wrong
joke
with
to
Rosie
you.
Perez. Yeah. No, okay, all right. Marissa Tomei then. All right.
I would watch that. I would watch that. But I'm telling
Either
you right
one of
now,
those,
like
or J-Lo.
my only pitch is that there should not be another fly. That we don't need another fly.
We should
leave it where it
retroactively
is.
go back and stop me from watching this as a child.
And in the role of Ian Klink, played by Carmelo Mickey-Torres.
My suggestions to anybody out there: don't watch the movie. I'm serious.
Well,
That's pretty wild.
So there are pitches in the chat, and so let's go there. Mikey Riffraff with the first pitch I see. His pitch, The Fly 3, a genetic research lab is given the designs for the telepods, rebuilds them, and uses them to start making an army of human hybrid monsters for their terrorist backers. The government sends in a special forces team to stop them, sending plenty of high-tech weapons to help. I love this. It's got an Aliens vibe, like this time it's war. Sold. Take my money. Make James Cameron direct. I love it all. Take 3 of those, please.
No way. I mean,
Yeah, put me down for 4 of those, actually. Gold's Cove with a pitch. You may want to cover your ears, Ian. His pitch, Mitchell's internship at the lab is sabotaged by the preps, causing him to merge with the Fly OG style. But they didn't count on him loving the freedom it provides. Half man, half insect. Oh, brah. Flyborn. Swat this, brah. Oh, so
Right?
good.
And the soundtrack could have the song I want to stay fly.
Gross.
I thought for sure you were gonna do the I just wanna fly.
Oh yeah, you can do that one too.
Pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah,
there's a little bit of that. I can believe.
Why did we make him bigger, world? Come on now. We could have made
Sugar Ray.
We could have made him as big as Michael Jackson. What'd you guys do? You stayed home.
You ruined that man.
Sugar Ray is like Maroon 5. Sugar Ray is like Maroon 5. It is a group, but you only know of one person in the group, and you call them the name of the group. Like you're like,
if
hey,
his
that
name's
Adam
not
Levine
Ray,
guy, the Maroon 5
I don't
guy.
want to know anything about this world. No, I'm joking.
Mark McGrath has been in a 2004 MTV Spring Break haze for the last 30 years.
I'm sure somebody out there is going up to him in like Iowa, going like, "It's Sugar Ray," and it's like, "No, I'm Mark McGrath."
There's a really funny, actually,
This is good.
There's
Chris,
a really funny video of someone yelling something that rhymes with Sugar Ray at him, and him losing his mind. It's hilarious. You can find it on YouTube, folks.
This could be interesting. Who's that guy that makes the Emma Stone weird fart movies.
Osgood Perkins?
No,
No.
like she does.
No, is it?
The Frankenstein. She won the
Yeah,
Oscar.
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Yorgos Blunya, something. He did like The Favorite and more things.
You're making me want to throw up all over myself right now.
Knock it off. Who is that?
So pretentious.
I'm figuring it out right now. No. He's right. He's very good.
Who makes the wonderful fart films about the
he's so good we don't even know his name.
No, right?
He's sip wine and we think.
I'm just saying.
Yorgos Lanthimos? I didn't know.
Yes,
No.
Yorgos.
Yeah.
He deals with themes of fart and
I
horseradish.
thought it'd be like-
You're the one that said this, but like, if you're gonna do, I don't know. I like Emma Stone. I think she'd be really interesting. If it's a daughter.
You know what I like about the dude? He's got balls. He does weird shit. He
does weird movies, and I think if you're gonna do the best part about the Alien franchise is they always got a new director who did not give a fart to.
Was that the best part?
Yes, I know.
It's a weird statement. Yeah.
Aliens is not Alien. Right? And Alien 3 is not Aliens. And Alien Resurrection is not Alien.
So you mean like the artistic direction and like the take on it, not like retroactively going back and ruining the other.
So like I do want somebody who takes like who takes the Fly concept and does a really unique thing
and emboldens it.
That'd be very interesting. You know,
that's a good take.
And I think Emma Stone has proven she's a fantastic actress.
Yes, I like her use of fart and horseradish mostly.
You know, who do you want?
Easy A was the best thing.
This is why we can't pitch anything.
Jenna Ortega? Like, what do you want, Chris?
We can't pitch anything with anybody from this decade.
What do you want?
I want the time travel. I exclusively work in time travel pitches now. I don't know if you've watched the last 100 episodes.
Chris doesn't know who that is. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
I have no interest in your fancy new toys.
Chris wants E.G. Daily to play.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, the flyest of the fly. Leah Thompson, Jamie Gertz, Jamie fucking Gertz. That's who I want. Jamie Gertz is the lady fly. She's got those big fucking black eyes. It would be great. Annabella Sciorra could have been the fly. I can get fucking serious.
Yeah, if you're doing there, but I mean, I'm not opposed to like if you're doing this. Like, I mean, like if you're doing this again, I mean, I think you're doing a reboot, a remake. You know, sadly,
Mickey, you don't have to watch it.
If you're casting these people, you're not doing a sequel. You're doing a remake because you know they don't even know the originals, don't even know anything, and nobody would like really get.
There's no point in doing a sequel from the first one anyway, because at this point, like, what would you even possibly bring over?
You would literally have this movie would be remade like all the way. It would just be remade.
Yeah, if they somehow came up with another like giant mutant human hybrid fly, it would be too ludicrous of a coincidence to like even try to write. You know, like a fly got into it again, and oh my God, it happened again. That's not. That's not anything.
You could. First of all, we don't know how much Jeff Goldblum laid his seed. He could have been spreading that shit all over the place. All right, he could have children all over. We don't know how it works. We don't know how any of it works. Maybe everyone in that bar got pregnant just watching him break that guy's arm.
Say this, and I know damn well you would hate if they came out and was like, well, he had a magic random kid because in a scene we didn't see, he popped into an alleyway.
You're really tethering yourself to that storyline.
Here's my thing.
We don't need it's rather than like, oh, here's the pods again, and let's do it all over again. Like, no, we got that story.
Are flies really that strong?
Fly strong.
We're getting into the science of it.
No, want a man to shrink to an actual size of a fly.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
William Ragsdale would have been a good instead of Eric Stoltz. I just hit me. William Ragsdale from Fright Night. He would have been great.
Yeah.
He would have been great.
Or without the mullet.
Oh, preferably with, because that's Goldblumish. But either way.
The part about the Fright Night 2 is the Williams Ragsdale mullet.
That mullet's great. You have no taste, sir. You're un-American. I'm gonna launch an investigation.
For mullets, I might have to go to the opposite side. I can't.
I know I might seem like...
I had a rat tail in 1987 when this movie was on video shelves. I had a rat tail down to the crack of my butt. All right, like
that's a long rat tail, dude.
Tell me about it.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, thank Mama. But the point is that the mullet it had its era. It had.
You are from Iowa too, so.
Yeah, that's just...
Give me mullets out to space, or give me bullets in my face. That's the world I want to live in.
I want that on a shirt. Print that and send it my way.
So there are more pitches in the chat, and maybe some of these will be apparel worthy as well. Whiskey 401 with the pitch. His pitch: Dr. Alfredo Panchetta is consumed by his research into teleportation. So consumed, he's unaware his assistant left an Arby's beef and cheddar and bag of dog poop in the teleportator. Okay, so that's
check for those things. Yeah.
You always have to check for the old bag of dog poop. It's old man Clemens hates shit, and we put him in the telepods with shit.
I really want.
I'll get you kids for this.
I really want Arby's.
Arby's is good. I really want Arby's.
Of course, yeah. Ian has to defend the most disgusting food that comes up in the conversation.
Arby's is horrible.
You know what? You're horrible.
Arby's is
so horrible.
Great.
They closed down in all of New Jersey.
I'd rather eat this bag of shit somebody left in the teleporter.
It closed. Which exit? Bada bing.
Arby's is the type of food you use to wipe up other food that people like throw at your car or the side of your house or something. You know what I mean?
Arby's,
it's really great for
Arby's
that.
is the fly to of the restaurant.
It really is.
If you drop an egg on the hardwood floor, you use an Arby's roast beef to fucking pick it up. And if you can live through that, then you're
They
strong.
do have the meats.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I
read that
well,
somewhere.
they may have the meats, but
that's the trailer for The Fly 3. We have The Fly. Bum, 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 bum.
But did
Arby's? No, there's the tie-in, right? The fast food tie-in. They can only get Arby's to sign up for The Fly 3.
Where's the Hardee's glass movie?
You need the thing that telepods you right into the toilet.
Where's the Fly 2 with the bar top?
The cross-promotional Hardee's glasses.
We never got the Fly
3.
Happy Meals.
It's just Eric Stoltz on a glass, and then whoever else was in that movie.
I'm just saying.
Daphne Zuniga.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
If I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there might be signs. And when you see me go into my telepod bathroom, then you're probably gonna know, like, wait a minute, like I think something got in the budget here.
So no matter what, it's gonna be another.
You'd be doing this show from a telepod.
but whether it's a remake or a sequel, it's gonna be about the telepods. I mean, the telepods is the key to like all of it. I mean, even in the first
at this point,
the Vincent Price, it's got to be about teleportation. Whether it's is it realistic to have a third movie where a fly gets into? I mean, I'll tell you what. I give the Fly 2 people credit. It's not he went to the telepod and another fly came in, right? It didn't happen like that.
Yeah, but it was already written for him. You know?
They found a different way of doing it. But all right, so you do a third one, and it's got to be about the teleportation. But I think would be interesting is that the person, like I said, if it's the woman he went to the bar with, and it's her child, whether it's girl, boy, either way I could go with the movie. I think it'd be interesting. But I think when they go into the telepod, it reactivates dormant genes. So without even knowing it, and you can even trick the audience by having a fly, and the fly gets into the pod, and then you get people like Mickey who are like, "Ah, boy, you're gonna do it again, brr, get off my lawn," and then all of a sudden it flies out. And you're like, oh, cool. So it's not going to happen.
Divert their expectations. Sure.
I like that. But what if you reversed it? So what if the guy needed to teleport every now and again to keep the fly genes at bay? Or the person that like the teleportating almost worked like chemotherapy.
So
that like he ends up needing it more and more and more.
So
but
Chris, what's smart about
every time he goes through, he's drained and he's slow and he's whatever.
Well, not only that, but like they allude to this constantly, but they never actually attempt. Well, they attempt it, but it never actually happens. Is that the idea? Is you could stay human or continue to revert back if you used humans for the machine to
Right.
like just like the way
what
the
he
Fly
wants
was
to do, and the Fly one.
Yeah. Right. Essentially, guess what they do in the sequel, but that does whatever. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
done
it
with the
is. He
sequel. I'm
finally
done
does
talking
it.
about it. Yeah.
He gets
But
Bartok in. Yeah.
But I hated
I
everything
like
about it. So
they take away the telepods. Like a Bart, and I just because me, I like linear. I like it. I like a sequels to be connected. Bartok Industries is taken over by another Bartok, and they find the telepods, take them away, and because of that, now the Fly gene is starting to take over again. It's starting to get, it's starting to come out again, and he needs to get the telepods in order to not become this creature. But it's too much,
What if instead of the telepods, we get Teletubbies?
How about televangelists?
If the Teletubbies,
tell them more dues. All right.
So it would be kind of interesting. I know there's that. This seems to be kind of like a plot to that Dave Franco movie that's out now. But what if like a his and her situation? What if two people went in separate telepods, and then what happens to them when they come out the other side? Like maybe there's something interesting there. I don't know. But again, you have to fly it, and that's the part that's like
which again, Emma Stone playing that role could be very interesting. I can see some really unique choices. Robbie Malek doing some really wild, crazy stuff with
I do like the Rami Malek. I'll give you.
I do like that too, Chris. You bring up a good point, but it's no matter what, just based on the nature of the movie, you have to have the telepod. You have to have teleportation. You have to have the science fiction aspect of it. You have to have a fly. Something has to be of a fly. Obviously.
Do you
think somebody like John, and you need somebody so annoyed with the world like John Getz, who is so beautiful in that role.
Yeah.
John Getz is so underrated in this movie. And
he's underrated in the world. He's a great actor.
He's the jerk, but he actually ends up being the hero at the end of it.
It's weird.
It's a weird choice, and I really like it. That
they're like all the jerk. Like I don't know who the protagonist is.
No one is a good person in this movie, and this is like St. Elmo's Fire, like in that sense. That, like no one is a good fucking.
Gina Davis is a good person, but she's also too much of a good person, so it feels weird. It's like she won't.
Yeah, all right.
It's like she won't understand what's. It's like somebody who just won't. Just delusional and just odd. Like she just keeps going back to this jerk who's obviously trying to sabotage her to tell her more about him. She knows he's a bad guy. She keeps showing up there. She doesn't do really anything to help him or like force him to deal with it in any kind of way. She just keeps going there and looking at him. Their characters are all. Again, I don't know who the protagonist is supposed to be. Gina Davis, him. It's not
very. I mean, it goes from being obviously Seth to I think being Veronica. But there are more pitches in the chat. I don't want to leave anyone out. Sean Ellis with the next pitch. His pitch: Fly High, the Fly 3 plot. He finds a natural plant that has potentially highly potent natural healing factors as experimental, but may change him back to full human form. The risk is the plant is experimental, governmental marijuana. He must risk his life to have a chance to live between the two lives. I love that.
Red Man coming to the middle of this movie.
Why can't we have Cheech and Chong in the Fly 3? They put it in Friday the 13th 3.
Hey,
get me to watch it. You get me to watch it.
I had the dumbest thought, Chris, when you said before that you were like, why don't we flip it around or whatever? And immediately I thought of why don't we open on a family of flies? And one of them's building a teleporting machine and a human gets in it.
A human gets in. Oh, that's it. Damn it. That's the best pitch I've heard since
and it's just this fly trying to figure out what the hell's going on with him.
Chong now.
So it would be like that movie Ants, but like fly.
But body horror.
Oh yeah, the story
not for
from
anyone.
The fly, Flyval Maskowitz.
Tommy Chong in Fly High. Hey,
I hope your dick's bigger than that, man.
Be afraid, man.
Okay, so another pitch from our favorite location scout, Michael Ricci. His pitch: decades after Martin Brundle's death, a biotech firm acquires and reboots the Telepod project to disastrous results. They unleash a new mutated strain of insect hybrid with DNA mutations that spread like a virus. Now Brundle's granddaughter must confront the virus using her own Telepod research, with clues that Martin left behind before the world itself becomes a hive. The Fly 3 Legacy. That's a great pitch. That's fantastic.
Because she's immune, because she's
sure, yeah, right.
So the rest of the world starts to become into flies and mutate, but she's the one who can save it. That's kind of interesting.
I do like the idea of people just kind of like catching this thing and randomly, or like different speeds. You know what I mean? Like slowly turning into this. And it kind of just starts off as like a weird epidemic.
And you have like Resident Evil, like the T virus.
Yeah, but without zombies, this is so much. Because like nobody said anything like this with anything else but zombies, Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, like a fly apocalypse. Yeah,
sure.
Of all this, my real question is: do you think that Emma Stone is listening to this right now, saying like, "These guys really get me, and they really know where my strengths are at"?
I hope so.
These are pretty cool guys, and that Ian, like, he's really snazzy dresser and very handsome in front of that folded the poster.
He knows a lot about movies, and he knows good actresses when he sees them.
She's like, that Zangief looks like he would be a generous lover.
Yeah.
He's an easy A.
But
he's easy A. As they say in Monster Squad, Steve doesn't count. We are almost out of time. Whiskey 41 does have a disclaimer.
I don't think we did it. Yeah.
We did it more than we might have thought. We didn't go the fucking fly on ice. But
we didn't go full fly, but we did have fly.
Overall, but overall, if the Fly 2 did teach us something, it's that one, the Fly.
Eric Stoltz's career wasn't that great.
Well, the Fly is always heralded as, if you're going to do a remake, that's how you do a remake.
Yes.
And let's be honest. And it was such a thunderclap of a hit. I don't think you can make a sequel to something like that. It was its own. It's like Highlander. To be honest, Highlander is a perfect movie, and anytime they make a sequel from it, you can't do it because it hit
shit.
Well,
Highlander kicks ass.
A sequel or a reboot?
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
I'm lost in this.
The final we're just gonna argue about Highlander movies now.
Watch Highlander: The Gathering. That'll do it.
We'll eventually do a Highlander episode, folks. It's gonna be painful. It'll be like The Howling. It'll be like so much work for so little episodes.
I'll be at the dentist that day.
Yeah, I'm driving Mickey to the dentist. I'm sorry. He asked me a while ago.
Well, somewhere out there there's a fucking Highlander fan who likes VCR Redux, and maybe Emma Stone. She's like, I've been waiting to talk about Highlander. These are the guys, clearly.
And in all fairness, I think Emma Stone's fantastic. That seems like a great casting choice for that.
Same here. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna poo-poo it. I'm not gonna say like, Emma Stone. Emma Stone can never be in a Fly movie.
I'll watch her in a remake.
I know.
Exactly.
I like the Fly pandemic, and I also like the having to telepod to cure the Fly thing to it's chemo. I think that's kind of interesting.
Neat idea. The having the way you did it to reverse it, I like that.
Flip it, yeah, and I don't know. I think there's a lot you could explore with that. So I think we did do it, Steve. It wasn't all just cast. It wasn't all just like Robert Loggia and whatever. Although fuck, when I say it like Richard Grieco, could be worse. Obviously there could have been somewhere out there in another universe. There's a Tim Burton Johnny Depp version of The Fly. I just know it. I don't know. I can't prove it.
But if anybody could do it,
like a late '90s or early remake. You mean?
No, like an early '90s, like a '91, like an Aliens. Like if Tim Burton did his Aliens, and it was like, I'm gonna do a Fly sequel.
I also wouldn't mind seeing if Cronenberg hadn't done it. Imagine a Burton Keaton Fly.
Obviously, yeah, your mind kind of goes there.
That could have been.
Keaton could have done it for sure.
Keaton could have done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I love his references to it in Multiplicity. Every time I watch it, I think like, were you were they talking to you for that movie? I bet you they were, because like you were red hot off of Gung Ho that year. So don't tell me they weren't. I know that they were. Well, and tune in next week for Gung Ho 2. No, I would love to talk Gung Ho and more deep cut Keaton flicks.
The BMW years, like what?
Gung Ho 2 would be awesome right now because the car industry isn't that well, or doing that well, or anything like that. Like, can you imagine?
I refuse to do anything without Rick Overton. That is my stance on Gung Ho 2.
Or Emma Stone, apparently.
Rick Overton.
Wow. Rick Overton is a deep cut, my friend. I respect it. No one else here knows. They're all going to IMDb at best to find out. But props for such a deep cut. Rick Overton, there's definitely no wrong way to Rick roll in that sense. All right, I guess it's time for me to say that you Fandom fans might want to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. when we put the women and children to bed and go looking for dinner for our The Program episode. As always, if you enjoyed this video, the best way to help is to smash that like button, leave a comment telling us what movie or TV franchise that you want us to cover on a future episode of VCR Redux. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow Fandom, Spotlight, and Pop Culture Punk. Till then, back up those Betamax, rewind those Laserdiscs, and we'll see you at the movies. Help me!